lovely friends. Welcome to episode 1 of Antonella Makes. So this podcast is no longer Diary of a Urinaholic podcast. I have changed all of my social media accounts and Ravelry and YouTube. So basically, you can find me on Instagram as Antonella Makes, on Ravelry as Antonella Makes, and this is Antonella Makes Podcast. So welcome. Welcome to returning viewers. Thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. And to new viewers, thank you so much for checking this podcast out. I hope you enjoy it. Today I am podcasting from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in the apartment, and the lighting is really bad because it's very overcast today. I'm actually a little bit under the weather, but I thought I would try to get a podcast in just because I haven't podcasted in 3 weeks. So, yeah. And I don't know if I will get a chance to podcast again, so I thought I would put everything into this one podcast. It might be lengthy, but I'll do all the knitting stuff at the beginning, and then I will talk about the knit-alongs and all that other fun stuff near the end. So, I will talk about FOs. I have a couple of FOs. I did show a hoe in the last, in episode, I think it was 13 of Diary of a Urinaholic. So this was a hoe, and then I had just the heel left to do, and they're both done. So this is my afterthought heel sock recipe that I followed mainly on YouTube, and Knit Pearl Hunter has a lovely tutorial on how to knit afterthought heel socks from the beginning to the very end, and it's a 3-parter, so I really highly suggest that if you're interested in knitting afterthought heel socks. It's free and it's very informative. So I used Stray Cat socks in the Luigi colorway, and it's 75% merino, superwash merino, and 25% nylon. And I really love the stripes. And my husband really loves these socks, so he is going to enjoy wearing them. It's funny because a couple of weeks ago he asked me if he could wear them out golfing, and I laughed at him because the weather that we've been having the last couple of months has been awful. It's so hot. I do not remember a time that I don't think in my lifetime have I ever experienced. I don't think in my lifetime I've ever experienced a heat wave every day in the summertime. It's just so awful. And I don't feel good. I feel out of sorts. I feel like I'm not organized. I really can't do much. So yeah, it's really uncomfortable, and it's really hard to sleep. So I've been getting a lot of migraines and just feeling really under the weather. But September's right around the corner, and I'm really hoping for I'm really, really, really wishing and hoping and praying for some really nice cold weather. I actually said the other day that I wouldn't mind if it snowed. I would actually be really, really, really happy if it snowed. So that's an FO. And then my Mrs. Weasley family socks are done as well. So these I knit out of a Homespun House, her sparkle fingering base. And I believe it's 75% superwash merino, 15%, 75% merino, 20% nylon and 5% gold selena. So there they are. It's really fun to knit, although I did get really bored near the end. I just couldn't imagine if I'd ever get them done, but I pushed myself and I got them done. So these are actually going to be a gift for someone. I'm going to send them off. I'm going to give them away shortly, and I hope, and it's okay to show this on the podcast because this individual doesn't know that they're getting them as a gift, so they'll be very surprised when they do. So, yeah. So that's that. And the pattern is also by a homespun house. It's called the Mrs. Weasley Family Socks, and I believe there is a pair pattern, a recipe for all family members, like young, for adults, children, and babies as well. I didn't really pay attention to it, so that's that. And for whips, I'll talk about the knit along after this, but we started a Operation Whip Control. So there's a Ravelry thread in the Antonella Makes Podcast Ravelry group. And to search the Ravelry group, all you have to do is just type in Antonella Makes Podcast, and it should come up, or even Diary of a Yarnaholic. I basically have everything, so it's easy for everyone to find me. In parentheses, I just have like formerly Diary of a Yarnaholic Podcast, just to make it a little bit simple until everyone sort of gets used to the change. So we have a knit along going that's called Operation Whip Control. We are using the hashtag Operation Whip Control on Instagram, and then again there's the Ravelry group in. There's the thread and Ravelry group in the Antonella Makes Podcast group, and it's going really, really well. So for the month of August, we are not allowed to cast on anything new, and we just need to focus on our whips. And I believe one of the ladies has actually finished all of her whips, so she's cast on she's starting new projects. So yay her! So this is my antler sweater, which has been on my needles for 2.5 years. I thought it was 3, but I redid the math, and it is 2.5. So this is the antler sweater by Angustrick. I think that's how you say her name. I just recently finished one sleeve. So basically, this sweater was on. The body was knit. It was just a matter of knitting the sleeves, but I don't know what it is with me and sleeves. I guess I don't like them, but it sat there for a long time. And yeah, so now it's kind of sitting there again because I need to cast on this sleeve. But I will do that. I will do that shortly. Hopefully, like I said, it's just been so hot. But here's the one sleeve. I didn't really follow the pattern for the sleeve. I just did my own thing. And I did do the garter ridge cuff for the end of the sleeve here. And I'm knitting the sweater in Shalimar Breathless and the tag. So this is a 75% superwash merino, 15% cashmere, and 10% silk, and it is beautiful. It's actually one of my favorite yarns. Here's the tag. And it's so soft, and it's just so lovely to knit with. So the colorways that I'm using are, the mauvey color is Molly Coddled, or the Dusty Rose, whatever. And then the very dark charcoaly gray is Ore, and they're both very tonal colors. They're very, very beautiful together. So maybe this is something that I can wear in September. And I will hopefully have the sleeves done by then. And I might as well show you the cakes. Why not, right? So this is mollycoddled. And I would say that's pretty true to the color. And then this is core. Oops. So I should have enough of both of these to use in mini swaps or in my scrappy blanket that I'm going to start knitting in September once I have finished knitting my whips. So I basically finished a few whips. I'm very proud of myself. I finished the canopy shawl. I finished the 2 socks that I was knitting. Yeah, unfortunately one of my whips I had to frog just because I made a really bad mistake that I couldn't come back from. So, and then the other whip is the Flaxlight Sweater by Tin Can Knits, and I am knitting it. I'm knitting the sweater. So here it is. So I've done the body. I just cast on the sleeve the other day. I started to knit it using my Addy Click interchangeable bamboo needles, but I just, oh my gosh, it's so annoying. The stitches keep getting stuck and snagged on the join, and then on the join with the cord, oh no wait, that is the join, anyways, it doesn't matter. So where it clicks in, right here, and it's just not fun. I really, really need to buy new needles to knit this, but I'm going to see if I can just hold off and just keep going, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that just because it's really slowing me down and it's super annoying. I did try to do the pattern says that you can do magic loop using the 16-inch circulars, which I do have, which I knit the body in with. But it was really fidgety, and I couldn't really. It did a good job. Like you can't really tell that I had used the 16-inch circulars. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go back to them. I don't know. I'm so indecisive. But yesterday I changed the needles like 3 times. So anyway, it's really super cute. I'm so happy that I didn't. I was thinking of actually frogging this when I first started. But I decided to not, and I really like it. So, yeah, the yarn is super pretty, and the colors in there just remind me of camo, which is really fitting because my nephew, who was born. So my nephew was born last week on Saturday, August 6th. He's really cute. Really cute. I am in love with him. He's beautiful. So he's super tiny. So he was born 6 pounds 13 ounces. So this is super. It's going to be super big on him. So he can't wear it now, and I don't expect him to wear it now anyway. I feel like he'll probably be able to wear this like next year sometime. So my brother's a hunter, so that's why I said it was super fitting, just because camouflage, hunting, whatever. So I'm knitting this in Hey Lady Hey in her GOTS certified organic merino, and it's the Trillium colorway, and it's really beautiful. So, very happy with this whip. Okay. And then I was knitting the Tulsi socks, but like I said, I had to frog that project. I'm also thinking that if I do, and I will reknit those socks. I might use a different yarn, just because I was using the, I don't know, I have to make a decision. I was using the Julie Rose, Sweet Sparrow yarns, her Magpie base, sorry, my nose is really itchy, in her Miss Honey colorway, and it's her sparkling base, sparkling gold stellina. I just think it's really beautiful, and I don't know if I want this to be socks. I wouldn't mind it being a shawl. So I definitely have to think about that. Yeah, so anyway. Okay, so that's it for whips. Now we're going to go into yarn therapy, or any kind of retail therapy, really. And so I have received a couple of really, really lovely things in the mail. I did a swap with Lupin Bar, Kate of Lupin Bar, and she really spoiled me. So I'm going to show you that now. I'll show you a few things just because I received this package a couple of weeks ago, and I just want to put this tag back in the bag. I bought a basket when I went to the antique market last weekend or the weekend before. Sort of losing track of time here. I think it was 2 weekends ago. Well, it was a weekend and a half. A week and a half ago. Yeah, it's super overcast, guys. Sorry. So she sent me some really lovely yarn. Really lovely yarn. So this is rosy green wool, and I may have put the card. I think the card is in the basket. No, it's right here. So I just want rosy green wool. The Isle of Man is off the west coast of the UK. The merino in this blend is from Patagonia, where a community of Welsh settlers emigrated to over 100 years ago. Welsh is spoken widely there, as well as the native language of Spanish, and many Welsh people visit Patagonia for the cultural links. So I thought this yarn was a perfect representation of the British Isles. And it is rustic and beautiful too. And it really is. So this is really, really beautiful. It is, I believe it's 100% virgin wool. 100% organic. And it's really, really lovely. Super beautiful. And then she sent me this really, really beautiful Sheila's Dare. It is a luxury DK. 10% baby alpaca, 10% baby camel, 40% angora, and 40% merino lamb's wool. This is a DK, so what I'm thinking is I want to knit the Lorelei shawl by Shannon Cook for a knit along that I'm doing in November. Maybe I'll order some of this. It's really beautiful. It's super, super soft. smells really good. Sorry, guys. Turn that off. It might ding through the computer, so I apologize if that happens. Yeah, so I really love this. Really love it. And it is my nail. It's my nail is really itchy. Sorry, guys. And then she sent me this beautiful hand spun yarn, and I believe it was spun by the lady or the individual who Kate took her first spinning class with. And this is Welsh Mule, Blueface Leicester, and I don't know what that says. White Welsh, maybe? White Welsh? It's Welsh Mule breed. It's a cross between the Blueface Leicester and the White Welsh. It was White Welsh. It's really, really beautiful. It's got mauvey colors in there, dusty roses, purple, blues, teals. It's really super beautiful. So, I don't know what I would knit with this. It's really beautiful, and I can't imagine maybe a hat. I don't know. I might just not ever knit with it. I'm pretty sure that Kate has this as well, the same skein. So maybe I'll ask her what she's going to knit with it, and maybe I'll copy her. And then she sent me this beautiful skein of John Arbin Textiles Alpaca Delight, which I am going to order more of just because it is so beautiful and I need to knit something large with it. So I'm thinking either a shawl or the featherweight cardigan. I need to take a drink, guys, because my throat is really dry. It's actually really, really sore too. I'm drinking watermelon tea. I think it's called Luscious Watermelon Tea by David's Tea, in my new mug that I got at the antique market. Okay. So, definitely destined to be the shawl or the featherweight cardigan. So soft and so beautiful. I don't know. I think this might be a cardigan. It doesn't necessarily have to be the featherweight cardigan. I have found a few other cardigan patterns that I really love on Ravelry. So this is a fingering weight yarn. It is 70% alpaca, 30% Falkland merino, and it's 4-ply fingering weight yarn, and it is so soft and so beautiful. I absolutely love this color. So as soon as I move, this is the first thing that I'm ordering. The first thing. Okay, so that's the yarn. I'm gonna grab my basket here. Oh yeah, and I got this basket at the antique market that I went to a week and a half ago. It has a lid and it has handles, so I'm really excited about it. Put the yarn in there. And then Kate made me this really beautiful project bag with birds and this beautiful lace border, and I believe this is linen fabric. This is Tilda fabric, which she knows is my favorite fabric, and it's lined with Tilda fabric as well. And it's my favorite. Well, I can't say it. I mean, it is my favorite project bag just because it was made by Kate. I really love this so much. She's actually making me a bag right now. I had asked her if she would make me something. I would pay her for it because she or as you would say in the UK, commissioned her to make me a bag. It's the Stow Bag by the Fringe Supply Co. company. I ordered some Tilda fabric and had it sent over to her place. So I'm super excited about receiving that. Kate is really talented, and she is opening up an Etsy shop soon. So a lot of you did comment on this bag, and it is made by Kate. And on Instagram, I believe she's lupinbarkb. So lupinbar.kb. It's really beautiful. And that is her tag. Oops. So, yeah, I really love this bag. So thank you so much, Kate. Thank you so much. And then, knowing how much I love Tilda fabric, she sent me a bunch of fat quarters, Tilda fabric fat quarters, which are so beautiful. And I believe what I'm going to do with this. So as soon as we move, I'm actually probably going to take, I'm most likely going to take a sewing class. And I'm going to learn how to sew. And I'm going to make myself a beautiful patchwork project bag with these fat quarters. They're super, super lovely. This is actually, so this fabric here is the one that I sent to Kate, that I ordered on the website and had sent to Kate to make the bag. So this would be the inside lining, but it's a red, it's a very, very dark red color. This is really beautiful too. I love floral. Floral fabric is my absolute favorite. This is really beautiful too. This as well. Today Kate was telling me about another fabric shop called Cabbage and Roses, and I was on there and it's just too beautiful. I really want to knit. I want to sew some curtains for our bedroom. Speaking of our bedroom, I'll talk about that after, actually. I'm not going to talk about it now. And she wrapped everything so beautifully. She wrapped it in like fabric. It's beautiful fabric. And I have to show you this paper, which, Kate, don't you worry, I made sure to unwrap it very, very delicately so I can reuse it. I guess it's a decoupage or something paper. Super beautiful. The package that I sent to her was just, I mean, I wrapped some of it, but I did not put as much thought into wrapping, or, yeah, as Kate did. She sent me these cute little notes on everything. And then she sent me some beautiful Tilda washi tapes. I'm really excited about that. Some beautiful chocolate. I ate one already. This I'm excited about. This is Welsh lavender milk chocolate. She thought it was kooky, but I actually think it's going to be delicious, and I'm definitely not saving this, but I will save it for when we move into our new home. And I will have it with a really lovely cup of tea, which I don't have because we packed away our tea. She sent me some lovely Earl Grey, and I'm so excited to try it. But yes, so this is going to be a hat with some lovely Earl Grey on Saturday morning. Then I'm told all of these little things that you send me, Kate, are going to go in my craft room. I'm going to hang them somehow. And then she sent me this beautiful postcard, and it goes this way. So here is one of the beautiful landscape scenes of my local area. We live far from here. We live not far from here and can see the same mountain range view in the distance from the top of our farm. How beautiful is that? And I believe the chocolate that I ate is from her local village, the one that she works in. So, honestly, if this is the weather that we're gonna get, I am moving to Wales. Because how can you not want to live there? And then she made me this beautiful sign, which I'm going to hang in my craft room. And then when I opened this, I cried. Because it is just super, super thoughtful, and I would never have thought of doing this. She knit my little nephew a little cardigan. So, super beautiful, super thoughtful. The buttons are really beautiful. Hold on, let me figure this out here. They're little birds. And I'm pretty sure you all watch Kate. And if you don't, please check our podcast out, because it is. If you want to feel like you're sitting, sitting and knitting with your good friend, drinking tea, and just having a really good time, that's the type of podcast that Kate has, and it's one of my absolute favorites. So she makes a lot of these baby cardigans. She's such a super fast. You're fast, Kate. Like you knit really, really fast. You do everything really, really fast. But anyways, Kate, in all seriousness, thank you so much for this thoughtful gift. Little Fabian is gonna look so cute in this, and it's not gonna fit him for a while. So don't worry about it. I'm sure that, in November or December, he will fit into this perfectly. He is really small, guys. He's so small. But he's growing, and yeah. I was born really, really tiny, and so was my brother. So it's, good for her. She didn't have to push out like a 10-pound baby. And she sent me this really beautiful soap, and she also sent me some hand cream and lavender, but I don't have that with me right now. So thank you, Kate, so much. It was such a beautiful and lovely swap package, and yeah, thank you. I really, truly, 100% appreciate it. Okay, and then, and just one more thing. I had to show you. So, if you ever do a swap with me, and if you have done a swap with me, you'll notice that I do not do cards very well. Maybe it's because I feel like after a while my handwriting gets really, really sloppy, and I don't know. Yeah. So I'm just going to show you quickly. And then she wrote on this teacup. And then she also made sure to tell me that it was going to get really messy from this point onward. But I just thought that was really funny and sweet. So thanks for the laugh, Kate. That really made me laugh. But yeah, I don't do cards. I'm going to try to be better, just because after I received this package from Kate, I thought I need to take as much care in wrapping the stuff that I send as she did. Like, it's so awesome. So anyway, again, thank you so much, Kate. Okay, and then I ordered something from this Handmade Life, who is Olivia, and her last name starts with a V, but I'm not going to pronounce it because I know that I'm going to mispronounce it, and I don't want to do that. But so I ordered this beautiful hoop and embroidery from Olivia that says "Home Sweet Home" for my home. And I cannot wait to put this up. I haven't decided where I'm going to put this in the house, but this is beautiful. Like, look at the back. I also ordered I love patchwork, so I also ordered a patchwork bag from Olivia, and this is super beautiful. It's also one of my favorites. And I think when we were messaging back and forth, she messaged to let me know that she was getting, I can't remember if she said the 70s or 80s fabric, but I really love it. And I believe these drawstrings are measuring tapes, and it's just lined with just plain lining fabric. And this is big enough maybe for a sock project. That's what I was using it for. I was using it for the Tulsi socks. So really, really pretty. And then Olivia was kind enough to add a little bit extra. She added this beautiful, I guess it's a wedge bag, and it's got sheep on it. It's really well made. It's really, really, it's like, I don't know if is it quilting? Like, it feels like it's like a quilting fabric or quilting lining or something. I don't know anything about this stuff, guys, so you can laugh at me. But it's really beautiful. So Olivia has a Etsy shop, and she pops things in there regularly. She does a lot of patchwork bags, a lot of embroidered bags that are so super beautiful. I really want one of those. And she also does the applique as well. So bags with applique patterns or things on them. So really, really beautiful. So check her out, guys. I'll link all this stuff in my show notes. And she was really, really nice to deal with. And then I just received today, I'm really excited. I ordered some minis from, bear with me guys, I really want to find the card that the minis came with. Oh, here it is. Sorry about that. So I received these lovely minis, Gilmore Girls mini skein set from Amanda of Simple Love. And on Etsy, she is truesimplelove.etsy. On Instagram, she is at simplelovemade. And she also has a podcast, which I haven't watched yet, but it's on my radar. Simple Love Podcast. It's her information, guys. And so this is round 2 of, so she had and I'll show you that. She had a round 1. So this is round 2. This is Festival of Living Art. I'm guessing that's this one. Bit of Basket, Renaissance Wedding, and Dance-a-thon. Yeah, that's pretty much, I believe that's how it goes. Because if you look at it this way, round 2 would be Festival of Living Art, Bit of Basket, Renaissance Wedding, and Dance-a-thon. There you go. really excited. And then she was also, I had asked her if she had any of the round one skeins left, and she did say that she had just a little bit left. And would I want some? And because I don't know anything about minis and how much I need for a blanket, I thought the amount that she had said was not enough for a square. And then I was like, wait a second, that should be enough for a square. So I reached out to her and said, yeah, definitely, just charge me for it. And she said that she wasn't going to charge me for it, that she'd already popped it in my envelope. So thank you so much, Amanda. So it's Luke, Lorelai, Rory, and Emily. And Emily is sparkly, which I would totally put her on a sparkle base as well. I love that show. Love that show so much. So I was really excited to receive these today. And then this is so awful because I won the first round of prizes for the Tulsi Sock Knit Along over in Verena's the Wool Club Ravelry group, which I feel really bad about because I had to frog my sock. But I was lucky enough to win, and I won Miss Mothball's Tweety Feet. This is her Wild Rose color, and it's 75% virgin wool, 25% nylon, and it's really lovely. So I can't wait to make socks out of this. I actually think that this is going to be, I'm going to knit this Handmade Life's Wildflower and Honeycomb socks out of this yarn, I believe. And I'm going to do an afterthought heel, so it should be interesting. It's not really showing up. Actually, this is pretty accurate. It's really pretty, and I love how rustic it is. And it's very tweedy, so that's going to be super fun to knit. I also won these beautiful, a stitch marker and a stitch, a progress keeper. Really pretty. And I also won this cute little Notions pouch by Hannah Lisa. You know what? The tag is in here. So she's at Hannah Lisa. I think she's actually at Hannah on the Road on Instagram. And she's Hannah Lisa Camp. She had an update today. I don't think I missed it yet. I think it's at 3 p.m. today. Yeah. Very, very sweet. Yes, so I think that's it for all knitty things. Okay, so basically I said that I would have a segment on things that have inspired me since I've podcasted, and to be quite honest with you, I have been inspired in all different ways in the last 3 weeks. There's so many amazing people in this community. I just can't get over it. And I'm super, super blessed and lucky to have stumbled upon this community. It's an amazing community to be a part of, and So one thing I wanted to talk about, so it's been really, really hard for me to watch podcasts lately, just because my husband has different hours, so he's home in the evening when I'm home. So it's really hard to do a podcast, just, in case, our weekends get super busy and I'm not able to do one on the weekend. I would have done one, on Monday or Tuesday. But I did record a podcast last week on Monday, but I wasn't happy with it. I noticed that when I podcast from the apartment, other than today, I think I've done a pretty good job. I feel like I'm super awkward and I'm super rushed, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it was the heat. I'm not sure. I mean, today's overcast. It's pretty humid out there, but it's not as bad as it has been. It's rained, so. But again, it's still super humid. But I feel like it might be changing soon, and maybe because it's a little bit cooler in the apartment, I feel different. I don't know. Um, but anyways, so it's been really hard to watch podcasts. I'm trying to keep up with the ones that I have watched, because the thing about me is that when I discover a new podcast, if it's not a new podcast and it has like 20 episodes, I want to watch all of them from the beginning. So I start from episode 1 and I move my way up to the most recent episode. So I'm doing that right now with one podcast. I'm watching the Charlotte and Gus podcast, which I'm loving very much. So I think I'm on episode 5 or 6. I'm really, really enjoying it. I think that Charlotte and Gus are super cute, both of them. I love that Charlotte is really enthusiastic about designing. I know she did come out with a shawl pattern, a shawl design, a brioche shawl design, I think. I'm pretty sure. And it's really, really pretty. But yeah, so I've been watching that, and I also started watching So Sweet Violet podcast with Jules, and she is super lovely. I'm going to sneeze, so give me a second. And I don't know how to edit. I feel like iMovie has totally changed things, and so I don't think I'll be editing anything out of the podcast if I do something stupid. I hope I don't. I'm trying to be really, really, I'm trying to take my time. But the sneeze went away, so thank God. So one of my one podcast that I've been really enjoying is So Sweet Violet podcast with Jules. I really like her. I think that she is super sweet and super calm, and I feel like she would be someone. I would want to be her friend in real life if I had the opportunity. I love her, because I'm so into sewing recently as well. Like, I haven't sewed, but I love fabric. Her fabric choices are just really, really lovely. Liberty fabric is my favorite. Is one of my favorite fabrics. Tilda's number 1 now, but Liberty was number 1 before I discovered Tilda. And in her first podcast, she talked about knitting and depression, and that totally resonated with me. Just because I find that I have anxiety. I have really bad anxiety, and knitting pretty much saved my life. So, I still have my little episodes of panic attacks and anxiety, but I find that it's less because I knit. So, yeah. So, So those are 2 new podcasts that I have been enjoying. There are so many more. I've also started watching Erica of Lore Knits. Her podcast is really lovely as well. I love the things that she knits. Her projects are really beautiful. In one of her earlier podcasts, she knit a beautiful shawl using, I feel like it was Papillot, Papiput. Anyways, it was beautiful. The shawl that she knit was beautiful. And now she's test knitting a hat for Melody of Mandarins. So that's super beautiful as well. So there's so many podcasts that I love and that I really, really want to keep up with and that I want to watch as well. New ones that I've just found out about. So I guess those have been very inspiring recently, but I will do a better job at that segment just because I think it's a really lovely segment that I want to incorporate into my new podcast or into the podcast. Sorry, I need to scratch my nose there. yeah. So anyways, so basically I'm done with all the yarny stuff. I'm not going to be showing anything. I might show something, but I'm not sure. So right now, basically, I'm going to talk about the CALs that I am going to be a part of, co-hosting or helping to host. So if you're not interested in that, I bid you adieu. Have a really lovely day. Thank you so much for sticking by me for the last 50 minutes. And I hope to see you soon. And yeah, take care. So I will be co-hosting a knit along with Kate of Loop and Bar, and we are going to call it the Cozy Autumn Along. So it'll be a two-month knit along. It'll go from September 1st until October 31st. There won't be any pressure to finish your project, but we do ask that you start a new project on September 1st. So we're not allowing any whips. There are going to be 2 prizes in both of our groups. So Kate will have a thread open in her Ravelry group, which is Loop and Bar podcast group, and 2 prizes in my group as well. So Kate's going to make 2 project bags, one for her group, one for my group, and I'm really excited. So for the knit along, I have decided to knit the Nordic shawl by Cabin 4. It's so beautiful. So basically the prize that I will be donating to both of our groups is the yarn for the pattern, the Let Lopi yarn for the pattern, and I will also gift the pattern to the winners as well. So those are the prizes, and I'm super excited about them because Kate makes beautiful bags, and I love Let Lopi, and I love the Nordic shawl pattern, and I'm so excited to knit it because I think it's going to be so cozy for the fall. And I'm also planning on knitting a couple of other things. Hopefully, I really, really, really want to knit the Woodland Tail Mitts by Mandarines. I just bought the pattern because it was finally released in August. I'm super excited about that. And I believe that we are going to open our threads for the knit along on August 25th. So look forward to that. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to podcast prior to the knit along, but I am very active on Instagram, so I will make sure to post on Instagram if I'm not able to podcast. I just don't know. So we're getting our house in 3 weeks. We are in the midst of packing, and we've got a lot done, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm really out of sorts right now, really disorganized, and I can't see myself podcasting here again. So, for all of you who subscribe to this podcast or who follow me on Instagram and you want to be a part of the knit along, please join the group. Join the Ravelry group, because I will open a thread there, and we are very, very active in the group. So if you haven't joined the group, it's a fun group to be a part of. A lot of my, so it's a lot of fun. So come over there. It's Antonella Makes Podcast group. We have a few threads going. Right now we're talking about, I just started a couple of new threads. One for scrappy blankets, and one for a knit along that's coming up in November, but I got really excited and I just wanted to wanted to open a thread for that. And then I'm going to open the Cozy Autumn Along thread as well. And so is Kate in her group, Loop and Bar podcast group on Ravelry. So the next knit along that I want to talk about, wait a second. So Kate, I don't know, did I touch upon everything? I think that I did. I know you asked a couple of questions in your last podcast, and I think we may have talked. I am pretty sure we talked about it, and I did mention everything on here. So if I haven't, just let me know, and then I will. I'll try to keep everyone updated as much as I possibly can. If I have to podcast, I will. Yeah. So the next knit along I'm going to talk about is the Be Kind Cal, which I will be hosting with Verena of the Wool Club, Jess of the Sweater Collective, and Hannah Lisa, who is a maker who makes these beautiful project bags. So Hannah Lisa Hafferkamp, and she's also at Hannah on the Road on Instagram. So basically, we will be knitting the Be Kind Shawl by Vera Valimaki, which is a beautiful pattern. I don't have the yarn that I'm going to be using. I feel like such an idiot. So anyways, the Be Kind Shawl by Vera Valimaki, and also we'll be knitting, so part of the cal will be, you can also knit the Bluebird of Happiness, which is a free pattern, and the Little Hearts by Teresa Fox. So basically the premise of this knit along is, I know you're not a stranger to all of the really awful things that have been going on in the world recently. A lot of, awful terror attacks. And, I just feel like, and we all feel like, our world needs a really big hug. And we all need to just start just being extremely kind to one another. And I mean, I know that we can't save the world. Oh, I wish that we could. But, I don't know, maybe if we pay some kindness forward, who knows? You never know, right? So, basically during the knit along, and even after the knit along, even right now before the knit along, let's be kind to one another and, just say hi to a stranger. I do that all the time. People must think I'm crazy. Just saying hi to a complete stranger, or if there's we all have a grumpy neighbor, saying hi to him or her, and maybe even one thing that's happened to me and that I've done a couple of times in the past is just buying someone behind you in line a treat, a coffee or whatever, treat them to something. And I think that's a really, really nice thing to do as well. Because can you imagine going to your favorite coffee shop in the morning and all of a sudden, the cashier tells you, oh, your coffee has been taken care of. I don't know, it just sort of makes you feel good the rest of the day. Or sometimes, if I'm walking and someone says hello to me, that actually makes me really happy. So... And then also, you can knit a bird of happiness or a little heart for someone might need a little pick-me-up or a little sunshine in their life. And so this knit-along will be held in the Wool Club's Ravelry group over on Ravelry. And and there will definitely be prizes. I don't know exactly what they all are right now. I know that Verena and Jess are both designers, and they've both offered their patterns, and I'm pretty sure Hannah Lisa has also offered project bags, and Helene Zechner who is the designer of the Margaretha shawl, has also offered that pattern as a prize. So thank you, Helen. Really, really, is it Helen or Helen? Let me know. Really appreciate that, and that's one of my favorite patterns that I cannot wait to knit. So it's super beautiful, guys. Check it out on Ravelry. I've linked to it before because it is on my radar and is something that I do want to knit. It's actually in my queue. If any of you are interested in the pattern, please do give it a try. It's really, really beautiful. And then in the Wool Club Ravelry group, we'll also open a thread with I guess a thread just basically with inspiration for what these like random acts of kindness, like just anything you can think of. But we will open a thread that's what's the word I'm looking for? That basically will offer guidance on what sorts of random acts of kindness you can do to for someone. So that's it, guys. Those are the knit-alongs that, oh my god, Operation Whip Control. Duh. So if you are a part of Operation Whip Control, I want to show the prize on the podcast. So here it is. This is the Breakfast Club by Lolo Did It. This is from my stash. So I take care of my yarn. And I'm willing to part with this. So this is from her Yarn of the Month Club in February of this year. And it's really beautiful, guys. It's got beautiful speckles. It's purple, gray, it's beautiful red. And also, so whoever wins can pick 2 teas from David's Tea, and I will also send that along with the yarn. So, Operation Whip Control. We're almost done. It's August 16th today, so yeah, half of the month is gone. So we just have another half to go, and hopefully we'll get control of some of our whips, and it'll be so much fun casting something on in September. So yeah, that's it. I think I'm done. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was a lot of fun today. I hope you guys have a very lovely week. I hope it's not too hot for for some of you. I know anyone who's living in Canada right now or in Toronto or the GTA is experiencing some really awful hot, humid weather. But I know that Melody was saying that it's already very chilly in Latvia, so maybe I should move to Latvia. Wales, Latvia, anywhere that's cooler than here. The Arctic. Yeah, so hopefully you guys are cool and experiencing cooler breezes and just cooler weather. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Maybe in like 3 or 4 weeks, but I don't think sooner than that. But yeah, I'm ever present. I'm like, don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm very present on IG and Ravelry. So if you want to keep up with the podcast or with any of the knit-alongs that are going on, just come over to the Ravelry group, Antonella Makes, and join us. And also follow me on Instagram because I do post a lot on Instagram. But I will be podcasting very, very soon. I mean, if I feel the need to podcast prior to the move, I might be able to swing it because we don't move until September 7th. So I'm sure that I can do something. But anyways, here I go, rambling as usual. Anyways, see you guys soon. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. Bye, friends.